It was almost 5 p.m., and I decided to grab a beer, head outside, and relax by the pool while enjoying the evening sun. I went to the bar, got my beer, and stepped out into the garden. The setting was absolutely beautiful, with lots of chairs surrounding the pool. White tables stood under large, colorful umbrellas, and sun-kissed men and women lounged in their bathing suits. In the pool, a group of girls and boys were laughing and splashing around, tossing a large rubber ball at each other. I stood there, watching them. The girls were English, staying at the hotel, but I wasn't sure about the boys. They sounded American, and I thought they might be young sailors from the American ship that had arrived earlier that morning. I wandered over to a spot under a purple umbrella with 3 vacant chairs. I poured my beer, lit a cigarette, and settled back, enjoying the moment. It felt peaceful watching the swimmers in the shimmering green water. The American sailors were having fun with the English girls, diving underwater and lifting the girls by their legs. Just then, I saw a small, elderly man walking briskly around the pool's edge. He was impeccably dressed in a cream-colored suit and a white hat. As he walked, he was eyeing the people and the empty chairs. He stopped next to me, gave a smile, and spoke. "Excuse me, may I sit here?" he asked. "Certainly," I replied, gesturing toward the seat. He checked the back of the chair for safety, then sat down, crossing his legs. "A fine evening, isn't it?" he remarked. "Yes, it's wonderful here," I said, looking around. "Where are you from?" "I'm not sure if you can tell from my accent, but I believe I sound either Italian or Spanish. Perhaps North American, though," he chuckled. He looked to be around 69 or 70. "These people here, they're not hotel guests, are they?" he asked, nodding toward the swimmers. "I think most of them are American sailors," I answered. "Of course, most are American. Who else would make such a racket?" he laughed. "You're not American, are you?" "No, I'm not," I said, glancing over at a young sailor who had just approached us. The sailor, dripping wet from the pool, stood in front of us with an English girl beside him. "Are these chairs free?" he asked. "Yes," I answered. "You can sit." The boy grinned and sat down, unrolling a towel. He pulled out a packet of cigarettes and a lighter, offering one to the girl, but she declined. Then he turned to me, offering me a cigarette, which I took. The old man declined. "Thank you, but I think I'll have a cigar." He pulled a cigar from his pocket and, using a small knife, carefully cut the end off. "Let me light that for you," the sailor offered, holding up his lighter. "That won't work with this wind," the old man said, tilting his head slightly. The sailor, confident, insisted, "Of course, it will. It always works." The old man looked at him and smiled. "Always, you say?" "Sure," the boy said. "It never fails. Not with me, at least." Well, well. "So, you're saying this famous lighter never fails?" The old man raised an eyebrow. "That's right," the boy replied confidently. He was about 19 or 20, with sharp features, holding the lighter, ready to strike the flint. "Shall we make a little bet?" the old man asked, his voice low. "Sure, I like to bet," the boy replied without hesitation. The old man paused, inspecting his cigar. "I must admit, I don't like the way you act," he said, almost teasing. "It seems as though you're trying to impress me. But I also think you're enjoying the game." He looked up at the boy. "Let's make it interesting. A bet, big enough to make it fun." "Wait a minute," the boy said, suddenly suspicious. "What kind of bet are you talking about?" The old man raised a hand to stop him. "Let's go up to my room, where there's no wind. I bet you can't light this lighter 10 times in a row, without fail." The boy hesitated. "I'll bet you $10, he said, trying to keep it light. The old man dismissed this. "No, no. I am a rich man. A sporting man too. Let me make this easier for you. The old man looked at him with a sly smile. Outside, I have a very fine car, an Italian Ferrari. If you can light that lighter 10 times in a row, it's yours. If not, I'll take something of yours. The boy blinked. What do you mean, take something? Ah, no need to worry. If you lose, I'll just take the little finger from your left hand, the old man said casually. The boy stopped smiling. What? You're serious? Why not? The old man said. It's just a finger, and you'll have a Ferrari in exchange. The boy was taken aback, now visibly uneasy. I think I'll just bet $10. The old man raised an eyebrow. You're not a betting man, are you? The boy was still staring at the pool, but his fingers were now tapping nervously on his knees. Finally he spoke. Okay, I'll take the bet. But we do it right now. Good, the old man said, clapping his hands together. You'll referee, he added, turning to me. Would you mind? I hesitated. I don't like this bet. It seems ridiculous. I agree, the English girl chimed in. Are you really going to cut off his finger if he loses? I looked at her, then at the boy. Well, it's the bet, isn't it? I said, shrugging. Well, I am also offering my Ferrari if he wins, the old man said, eager to move forward. Now, let's go up to my room. Would you like to change into something more comfortable first? The boy shook his head. No, I'll come like this. Turning to me, he added, I'd consider it a favor if you'd come along as a referee. All right, I'll come, but I don't like this bet, I replied, unsure about the whole situation. Come and watch then, the old man said to the girl. He led us back through the garden to the hotel, walking with a renewed energy. He seemed excited, which only made his pace quicker. When we reached the red Ferrari, he proudly gestured toward it. There it is, the red one. You like it? That's a nice car, the boy said, impressed. The old man smiled and nodded. Now, let's go inside and see if you can win her. We all went up the stairs and into a large, pleasant double bedroom. A woman's dress was carelessly draped over the foot of one of the beds. First, let's have a drink, the old man suggested, moving toward a small table set up with drinks. He poured them and rang a bell. A little while later, a maid knocked and entered. Ah, there you are, the old man said, setting the bottle down and handing her a pound note. Now, I need you to get me a few things. Go find some nails, a hammer, and a butcher's knife. A real one, from the kitchen. A butcher's knife? Are you serious? The maid asked, confused. Yes, of course. Come now, please. You can get them, can't you? Yes, sir. I'll try, she answered, then left to fetch the items. The old man gave us our drinks, and we stood around awkwardly, me, the boy, and the girl, while he continued to watch the girl with quiet intensity. I still couldn't quite figure him out, but something about the whole situation felt off. It seemed like a ridiculous bet, and I couldn't shake the feeling that if the boy lost, things would get ugly. Before we start, the old man said, handing me the key to the Ferrari, you'll be the referee. He continued, the papers and the insurance are in the car's pocket. The maid returned with the items, the butcher's knife, a hammer, and a bag of nails. Good. You got them all. Now you can go, he dismissed her, placing the tools on one of the beds. Now we will prepare, the old man said. He moved a writing desk away from the wall, cleared the items from it, and grabbed a chair. He hammered 2 nails into the table, leaving a bit of each nail sticking up. He tested them to make sure they were firm and steady. It was clear he had done this before. The boy, the girl, and I just stood there, unsure of what to expect. Once the nails were set, The old man instructed the boy to sit at the table. Place your left hand between these nails. The nails are just to tie your hand down, nothing more. The boy sat, and the old man tied his wrist firmly to the table, making sure the boy couldn't pull away. Now, make a fist, but leave your little finger sticking out. The boy did as he was told. The old man moved to the bed and picked up the butcher's knife. He came back to stand beside the table, knife in hand. "Are we ready, Mr. Referee?" he asked. I nodded. "Are you ready?" I asked the boy. "I'm ready," he replied. The old man smiled. "I am ready," he said, lifting the knife into the air. It hovered above the boy's finger, ready to strike. "All right, go ahead," I said. The boy lit his lighter with a sharp twist of